Okay, now that we're inside, I'll show you what we're really going to be doing. This small 1/4 inch thick piece of ply here has broken loose, as you'll see here. So this fiberglass tabbing that you can see on here will have to be removed all the way across, and then we'll have to grind an area to tab into back about 6 inches away. And then here you can see the tabbing has also broken loose. Right, let's get back far enough where it can actually focus on it. You can see the tabbings come loose here. So as we tab in, we'll come back and give us an area to tab into. Now, what they didn't do is they didn't do any tabbing from the bench top over and up onto the bulkhead. So this is just a place for moisture to get trapped in. Now also you'll notice it doesn't appear, looking in here, that this wood was actually encapsulated with fiberglass. Now that would have given this decades more life. Then I encapsulate it in resin and fiberglass, and that'll give it a protective barrier. So the main thing I've got to do is get in here with the fez tool, or well, the porta-cable saw, and cut out along these bottom stringers. Then I'll grind back, same thing. This will come back about 6 to 7 inches to give me some room to tab in. I'll fill the transition here with something like Cabasil and resin, and I will join the front side of the bulkhead as well as the back side of the bulkhead down along there. We will grind back on this, probably about 8 inches back as well, and we taper in so that the fiberglass mat that we're laying, and what we'll be laying is 1.5 chop strand, and build it up to make it stronger than what this ever was, so that this bulkhead will actually do what it's supposed to do. And it's supposed to take a little bit of the flex out of the vessel, and they've only tabbed it on this one side, and I will be tabbing both sides on this to give it more of a bond and less of a chance of breaking loose. Now this could have been knocked loose at some point in time by cargo being stored up in the boat, and just repetitive impacts on this area. And if that's the case, then it just should have had a few more strands, because this only looks like maybe 2 strands of fiberglass, or 2 layers of fiberglass here that's been laid up. This is probably, can't really tell by looking at it. I can't tell if it's single strand. My eyes aren't good enough, so once I get my glasses on, I'll be able to tell what this is. Bi-directional or unidirectional woven mat. But we'll be putting a little more strength into it with the chop strand matting, or the CSM 1.5 that we ordered to go into this. I do have some heavier duty fiberglass, but I don't think that it's going to be needed here. I've got the one that's got the CSM on one side and the bidirectional or multi-directional woven, and I'm seeing a few thin spots in some glass here. I may actually just go ahead and sand this area out and add some strength to this, because this is in the cockpit area. Now you can see where they've fixed a few holes in the past, and there is moisture coming through these right here. So this is not a really good repair that's been done. This is why I get in here and I lay down and I crawl around in a vessel and I check everything for leaks, cracks, stress, defects, anything I can find, I try to find. Now, this doesn't smell like... If you notice a vinegary smell in your caulking, then it's household caulk and it's not suitable for marine use. It's the easiest way I can describe this. Okay, cutting this out. You won't be able to hear me anyway, because I'm going to be inside of a respirator and I'll be muffled up so you wouldn't understand me anyway. And I'll have a vacuum running to suck the dust out. And I'll be wearing safety glasses. Well, I wear complete enclosed eyeglasses, because here's the risk at this. This is a glass element, which is a silica damage to your lungs. Don't breathe it. Get respirators. I don't even trust the dust mask, because the dust mask, they let 60% of the dust get around and into your mouth and into your lungs. So go ahead and go get a good respirator. At least you're getting 80% of it out when you do that. And learn to properly clear and seal a respirator. Hey, this is Pop's Old Boats. We're going to get to work on this one. Thanks for viewing. The battery didn't last but just until the job was done. So you can see the bulkhead is now free. I'm not going to go dragging it out of here, because we've got 2 screws where they have screwed it into the seat. But it's out. Now I'm ready to sand, or well, technically clean, and then grind. Try not to let you see bats up the cave or anything. But anyway, we'll get this out very delicately so that we don't use these screws to scratch anything up. Let's see, is my point in the right place? Where's my hand? There. There's my hand. There's the screw. It's hard to find stuff on this thing. So there's the screw. Got 2 of them here, got 1 over there, then we'll clean everything up.